Okay, last time I went over the Qui-Gon Jinn team. This time I'll do Padme. One thing I forgot to mention in the Qui-Gon Jinn video is why I don't have Jedi Knight Anakin up there. He's definitely a good Jedi, and you could run him up there. He doesn't really fit the support healer role because he's just an attacker. And I prefer to keep him down here with Padme. So, since we're already on him, let's go ahead and jump into that as to why. If you look over here, if Padme is an ally, she takes a bonus turn after each of Anakin's bonus turns. So right here, he is the start of his synergy with Padme Amidala. And then obviously he has, if another ally falls below 50% health or is defeated, Anakin takes a bonus turn. His next attack deals 100% more damage if all allies are Galactic Republic at the start of the battle. And he has some really good attacks. This here, physical damage, 80% chance to inflict healing immunity and buff immunity. Very good. Definitely key when you are going up against Geonosians. Getting that buff immunity on there helps keep that taunt off the extra Geonosian that spawns. And then healing immunity is good if you're going up against like Darth Malak. So those are two things. I mean, obviously it's great for other specific teams too. That's the two that I fight against with Padme Squad a lot. Padme is so versatile as a squad. You can take against Geonosians. It's a soft counter to Malak and Jedi Knight Revan. It gets a little dicey, to be honest. You can go up against most of your Empire squads unless they just have crazy fast speeds and they kind of like lock you down. But usually you can just power right through them. It's great against Shock T, Mon Mothma squads, General Grievous. Padme is great against a large variety of teams. Now, where they kind of struggle a little bit as a team is if you start going up against teams that specialize in taking out Jedi, like trying to remember what the name of the faction's called. Let's see, where are they? If you start going up against like the sister squad Inquisitors, that's what I was trying to remember. You go up against Inquisitors. I mean, they kind of mow through your Jedi because they kind of lock them down. But besides that, Padme can take on a large variety of teams. Another team that she counters really good is the Jedi Knight Revan team. I think I've taken her up against Bad Batch clones. All you gotta do is get protection up, and then you can, stop a lot of debuffs. Obviously, Scoundrel shouldn't be a problem. Mows through bounty hunters, but that's kind of like overkill. Back to Jedi Knight Anakin. His special here, which a lot of people love because it does so much damage or has such high damage potential. if you get it, if you do it right, I've seen videos and heard people say that they can, one shot kill people, especially if they're damaged. Deal physical damage to all enemies, so it's an AoE. Grant all allies offense up and critical chance up for 2 turns. For each enemy critically hit, grant protection up 10% stacking to each Galactic Republic ally for 1 turn. This here is more synergy with the Padme team because you want protection up because that keeps the debuffs off. And here's another call out to Padme. If Padme Amidala is an ally, dispel all buffs on all enemies. This attack can't be evaded. So you get a buff dispel, you get protection up, and AoE damage. And he does a lot of damage with this attack. His basic can do a lot of damage. I've seen it get up, 80, 90k, if I remember right. And I'm about to take him to Relic 8. That's my plan. So that I can start using him in the higher planet levels, like Kessin and the territory battle that my guild's currently playing. And it just finished actually. But so I don't get off onto a tangent here, we'll just keep going with Jedi Anakin. I like to run offense and critical chance on him. I got pretty good speed on him, 242. I mean, he could be faster. You can see 8,000 health. Crit chance is up to 84%. So, once it gets up here, if you ever wanted to, you could probably switch out the crit chance mods if you wanted to, but I like having that extra crit chance to help get past anybody's modding and stuff. To give you kind of a look at the mods I have. So offense, 13 speed is not bad. I got potency on here. I want to make sure to land that buff immunity and healing immunity. 15 speed. Then over here I got protection. Gotta mix this stuff here. 15 speed offense. Speed arrow. I'm using critical damage triangle. Cause my plan is to, get that crit hit, and then critical damage gonna boost that. But I could use a better one here, or at least to upgrade it. And then I got a potency. That's to help with debuff, landing the 2 debuffs. A lot of people might suggest running a crit damage set instead of offense set, which is fine. If you look through my mod, I have a tendency to kind of gravitate more towards offense sets and crit damage sets. And that's mainly because you got so much crit avoidance and buffs now that I kind of like having the offense because it brings your base damage up. And then you throw in a crit damage triangle. If you do land a crit, then you're doing more damage, but you're not, if you're not bottoming out to the bottom like you would do with a crit damage triangle and a crit damage set. It's either all or nothing. You get the real high. You either get the real high spike of damage, or you're way down here at the bottom, doing very low damage. This here kind of keeps you kind of more in the middle, higher non-crit damage. And if you do get land a crit, then you're getting higher than than the middle. So it kind of keeps you more in that middle range. More consistent, so what I'm wanting to convey here. More consistent damage. So you can see here, Jedi Anakin has 2 callouts to Padme Amidala, plus things that work directly with her kit. And we'll just go right over here and go ahead and show you some stuff. We'll jump into her leadership. Light side allies have plus 50% max health. And while they have protection up, they resist all debuffs and can't be critically hit. This is very important. This is what makes the team really strong. You can't get debuffs land on you, you can't be critically hit. And then this second part here is what gives your team tons of damage. Even somebody like General Kenobi, if he has enough courage on him, he can just, finish off a character, even though his attack's kind of wimpy. At the start of their turn, Galactic Republic allies dispel protection up buffs on themselves, gain 1 stack of courage for each 5% protection up dispelled this way. Courage is gives you the ability that for each 5 stacks of courage, you basically lose them, and you deal bonus damage equal to 40% of the target's max health. Very powerful. Pretty much everything is hooked right into her leadership. She does, have some other stuff. Padme is immune to fear, which is good. Whenever your light side ally loses protection up, they recover 5% health. Your allies can't gain or lose bonus turn meter. Whenever an enemy attacks out of turn, that ally gains protection up 10% for 1 turn, increase to 40% if Padme is her leader. So obviously you're running Padme as her leader. So you get 40% protection up whenever you get attacked out of turn. This is really beneficial because, let's say you're going up against Mon Mothma. They attack out of turn. Well, they got to eat through your 40% up protection that you just got immediately. They have to get through that before they can even do any damage on your character. And then we'll go over here to basic. Deal physical damage to target enemy. All Galactic Republic allies gain protection up 10% for 1 turn. So even on her basic, she's giving that protection up. And she's has a heal. Dispel all debuffs. Recover 50% health for each Galactic Republic ally. And each debuff dispelled, Galactic Republic allies gain protection up 10%, stacking for 1 turn. So if you get a whole bunch of debuffs, obviously it's going to take that number, times it by 10, and plus you're going to automatically get 40% just because you got 4 other Galactic Republic allies. So you could get what over 100% potentially. And then her other special is actually pretty good. Deal physical damage, stun the enemy for 1 turn. Then call all light side allies with protection up and Jedi Knight Anakin to assist. So he doesn't have to have protection up. He automatically gets called. So she reciprocates the synergy right here. So as you can see, Padme Amidala, Jedi Knight Anakin, they really go really well together. I run her with health, trying to make her tanky, keep her alive. I originally had her modded to go up against Jedi Revan and Malik teams. So in that situation, you want to mod her slow, so Jedi Knight Revan gets all his debuffs out, and then she cleanses everything. I've been having to work on getting her speed back up, so trying to find better mods. But she has some good mods. They're just not got tons of speed on them yet. And I need to work on getting them up too, which might boost the speed. So you can see, I got protection, offense, speed, some potency, health, protection on this one. This one's health, so I kind of balance it out. Defense, obviously the more defense you have, doesn't matter if they have to attack your or your health or your protection. It makes both of them harder to get through. This one has 13 speed. I got a 14 speed protection arrow up here. Makes her tanky. I just bought a health speed mod. We'll see how that works out. I'll probably try to switch that out. And then to kind of give you an overview here real quick. See, I got her at 234, which is not bad, but she really needs to be up above 250, which if I had a speed arrow on her, she'd be close to or over that. And then got quite a bit of health protection on her. Got a fair amount of potency, so she can land that stun. That stun can be handy, especially if you're coming up against a character and you need to keep them from doing a special skill or something. You can stun them, and that kind of allows the rest of your team to keep going. So we'll jump over here to Snips. This is one of the few characters here that I run a crit damage set on, because she has so much critical chance. That's the main reason, and she goes all the time. So her basic here, deal physical damage to target enemy and dispel all buffs on them. On a critical hit, dispel all debuffs on Ahsoka Tano and another random Galactic Republic ally. This attack can't be evaded if target has foresight. So basically, if you attack an enemy with foresight, it's still going to land. And then the 501st here call out is more for if you put her on gas team. Basically, Ahsoka recovers 15% health, which she probably needs that because she's not getting all the Padme boosts and stuff like she would be on gas. And then here's her synergy with Anakin and General Kenobi. Deal physical damage to target enemy. If Jedi Knight Anakin and General Kenobi is an ally, deal damage again. If both are allies, deal damage a third time. So with this one attack here, you basically, if you'll put Anakin, Kenobi, Snips, and Padme all together, since they all have synergy, we'll go over to General Kenobi in a second. She'll do 3 hits with this one attack, and which basically triples the damage you do with this. If the ally is a Galactic Republic, this attack deals 50% more damage. All allies recover 20% health, and if the Galactic Republic, they gain protection up 20%. And here's some more protection up. So more synergy with Padme right there. And then her unique, Ahsoka gets additional 40% health, 10% evasion, 10% critical chance, and plus 25 speed. These values are doubled while she has critical hit immunity. So she has a lot of boosts right here, but obviously double this is just fantastic. Plus 50 speed makes her super fast. And she gets critical hit immunity right here, right out the gate. If Jedi Knight Anakin's ally, she gains critical hit immunity for 2 turns at the start of each encounter. If the ally leader is Galactic Republic, Ahsoka is called to assist whenever another Galactic Republic ally uses a special ability. So she's getting like tons of extra bonus turns, and and she just goes and goes and goes. She is kind of squishy. That's why I'm running 2 health mods on her to try to make her less squishy. And I need to get her relics up there to help with her not being squishy. We'll take a look here real fast. Speed 217. I need to find a couple better mods here. If I had her faster, she'd just be bonkers. You can see her health protection's not the best. Damage. She's got almost 100% critical chance. That's why I'm running a crit damage set on her instead of offense. And we'll jump over here in the mod offense. 16 speed. This is actually one of my good mods on her. Defense. It's not bad. I was wanting to get one that's a little better, but I might play with this a little bit. 18 speed. Crit chance, health, tenacity, all great things. Has more protection. This is offense. Just trying to boost her damage output. Got 11 speed, crit chance, health. Doesn't really need the potency. I was going more after the speed there. This has some speed, crit damage triangle. Sometimes crit damage triangles are hard to find, so gotta roll with what you got. And then this one, the speed arrow. I need to get this up. I was trying to find one that had something else besides potency, but I might just roll with it. Okay, and that's kind of an overview of Snips. We'll get back to Mace Windu. General Kenobi. I run a full defense set on him. You can run full health. I personally feel like that the full defense is better because it just makes him super hard to get through his protection and his health. I do have him very defensive. As you can see, I've got almost 90,000 health, almost 124,000 protection. So he's very tanky, especially with Padme's boost in health. You could flip this around so he had more health, but with all the protection up and stuff, he's pretty tanky. 20 speed, obviously can't. So if you look here, I'm going for defense, speed, health, protection. This one's defense, got health, protection, got some crit chance, that's not terrible. 13 speed's pretty good. Protection here. 13 speed, tenacity, which is great. Defense, don't really need the crit chance, but I got tenacity on the cross to try to keep him from getting stunned. I like having his debuff removal handy in case, I'm getting swarmed over with debuffs. Plus his mass call to assist is nice. So I'm running a tenacity. You could run like protection or health here if you wanted to. 20 speed, defense, protection, again, critical chance. Here's another defense set. So health, defense, tenacity. Could use some speed, but it's got everything there that you want, so it's not bad. Running a 32 speed arrow. It's got defense, tenacity, protection, and more defense, which is great. To jump over here. At the end of each his turn, General Kenobi has 65% to gain foresight for 2 turns. Whenever another ally is critically hit, they gain critical hit immunity. Right here is a critical hit immunity. So you can get critical hit immunity back on Snips when she does lose it. For 1 turn, and then General Kenobi taunts for 1 turn. If all allies of Galactic Republic, General Kenobi taunts for 1 turn whenever they lose protection up. He actually taunts quite a bit. He can be a pain for the enemy to get around. But his taunt's not up there all the time. That's why I kind of like having a second backup tank. But we'll get to that in a second. His basic, deal physical damage, 75% chance to grant foresight to a random ally. You know, foresight's always good. Basically, helps you evade 1 attack. If all allies are buffed, deal double damage. He doesn't do a lot of damage, but any extra damage is great. This here is his buff dispel, or debuff dispel. Dispel all debuffs from all allies, grant them the opposite buffs, which is really good for 2 turns. If they didn't have any debuffs, then they get retribution for 3 turns. General Kenobi gives himself 60% turn meter. Kind of speeds himself up. And this one, lead the charge. Deal physical damage to target enemy. Grant random other ally offense up for 2 turns. Then you call all other buffed allies to assist, dealing 30% less damage. And here's his synergy part. If Jedi Knight Anakin and the Ahsoka Tano Snips are not affected by this damage penalty. So they'll do 100% damage. So that's General Kenobi there. Now I'm going to back out here for a second before we delve into Mace Windu. I just want to point out that Mace Windu in his Omicron I like, and I'm currently running him. But you can use other stuff. You can use Barriss Offee, really good. She does have some pretty good synergy with that. You know, with the recovering the health and you know, the 20% health recovery. She helps to dispel some debuffs. Obviously she's a healer, and then on her basic she'll heal, so she can make the team more tanky. And then over here, C-3PO is an obvious choice because he gives a team some boosts. Gotta remember which unique that's under. You can see you get some, you know, defense, penetration, protection. I think all these oh, this is more for rebel. Let's see. Translation, you know, if you get translation on your characters, and you get 30% more max health, critical chance. So he does a lot of good things. Plus, he has a mass call of assist, and he can put a lot of debuffs on the enemy. So he's really handy. He does a lot for the Padme team, but without getting too far into that, I run him on the Master Luke squad because he really beefs up Master Luke. And the reason why a lot of people like to run him on Padme team is because his confuse debuff here works similar to like fear. You get 1 stack on the enemy. They cannot gain buffs, and you get 2 stacks. They can't counter, assist, or gain bonus turn meter. You get 3. They increase their cooldowns when they use their basic. So his stat boosts and the debuffs he puts out there is the main reason. I'm currently running Mace Windu because I kind of like having a backup tank, and we'll get into him here. But this recent rework, I feel like he's really good. I run a full set of health on him. Almost 90,000 health. He doesn't have as much protection as General Kenobi, but I've only got him at Relic 5. Tanks really start to shine when you get him to Relic 7 or higher. 235 speed. He could be a little higher. And we'll jump over here. We'll get down to his uniques first. Mace gains 30% max health. That's the main reason why I'm running all health on him. At the end of each turn, if another ally with protection was damaged by an attack that turn, Mace gains 3 stacks of resilient defense. Max 8 for the rest of the counter. If he has not gained resilient defense this way since his last turn. While Mace has resilient defense, he has plus 10% offense per stack and 100% counter chance. Whenever Mace gains taunt, he dispels it and gains 2 stacks of resilient defense. Now you might be wondering what resilient defense really is. It's basically like a removable taunt. So if you had 8 stacks of resilient defense, that means the enemy has to attack him 8 times, and then once all 8 of those stacks are gone, then they can attack him or any of your other allies. Mace gains 30% offense. At the start of Mace's turn, dispels stealth on all enemies, and a random enemy is inflicted with speed down for 1 turn and Shadow Point, which can't be evaded or resisted. Shadow Point is dispelled at the end of each ally's turn. When an ally damages an enemy with Shadow Point, all allies recover 10% protection. Kind of helps, ties into Padme. All Galactic Republic Jedi allies gain Foresight. And then down here with Shadow Point. Receiving damage dispels Shadow Point, which basically means when you attack an enemy, it dispels the debuff Shadow Point. It reduces their defense, max health, and offense by 10% for the rest of the encounter. And you can ignore taunt. Like if enemies taunting, but a different, like one of their attackers has Shadow Point on, you can target the attacker with Shadow Point, or whatever enemy has it, instead of attacking the tank that has a taunt up. He does boost the team in territory wars. At the start of each light side ally's turn, you inflict speed down and Shadow Point instead of just on his turn. Now you're inflicting it on each one of your character's turn. When an ally damages an enemy with Shadow Point, all allies gain 5% turn meters. You kind of speed yourself up too. He actually has some pretty good attacks. Deal special damage to target enemy, inflict ability block. Ability block's always good. This attack deals bonus damage equal to 5% of Mace's max health. So the more health he has, kind of like General Grievous in a way, the more health he has, it will boost his damage. So you definitely want to have health on him. If Mace is above 50% health, he gains 15% turn meter. If he's below that, he recovers health equal to 100% of the damage he deals. Smite, another buff remover, deals special damage, dispel buffs on him. If you attack the character at a shatter point, you also stun him for 1 turn and remove 50% turn meter, and then Mace gives himself 50% turn meter. So it's kind of like stealing their turn meter at the same time. This party's over. Deal special damage to target enemy. Call another target ally to assist. This is handy, like if you want to call Anakin to try to get some debuffs down, or you can call one of the other characters if you need to get protection up or just extra damage. If target enemy had Shatter Point and target allies Galactic Republic, swap turn meter with target ally. If target enemy had Shatter Point and target ally is a Jedi, Mace gains 2 stacks with Resilient Defense for the rest of the encounter. Both Mace and target ally recover 30% protection. So he's got some synergy here with the Padme Squad here with gaining extra protection, and serves as a backup tank. And kind of give you a look at my mods real fast. So offense, defense, I got protection. So I'm trying to boost some of his stats. Potency, just to kind of help land his stun. Okay, it's 23 speed. This is one of my better mods. I'm trying to make him faster. Health, crit chance, nasty. Health. Could use a little more speed, but it's got a lot of good stats there. Another health mod. Defense, nasty, health again. 13 speed, not bad. Got offense here. You could run a health triangle if you have a good one. I got 2 health secondaries and 11 speed, so that's not bad. And I'm running a 32 speed arrow, try to boost up his speed, and still managed to get 2 health secondaries. Need to get some of his mods up. Gotta spend some time working on a little bit on the mods in this team, but overall this team does great. So that kind of gives you kind of an overview of the Padme Squad, kind of what it can do, why I run Jedi Anakin down here instead of on Qui-Gon Jinn team. You can see that all these characters have a lot of synergy with each other, especially Padme, Snips, General Kenobi, and Jedi Anakin. You can run Mace, Barriss Offee or C-3PO, so any of them are great. Till next time, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. This is Badger.